My name is Julie and welcome back to my farm. It is my absolute favorite time of year here at Red-Tailed Farm. It's our kidding season, and that means we have a ton of beautiful new baby goats on the ground, and I can't wait to share them with all of you. So stick around. Well, it was no surprise to us that Vivian here would be the very first to deliver. And that's because she literally mated with the buck that we rented within minutes of him arriving. And a couple times while he was here as well. She was definitely ready to have some babies. Hi, Sabrina. Can you not headbutt me? Yeah? I love you. I give you scratches. You don't have to headbutt me. Yes, you have big horns. You're very impressive. Very impressive. Yes. We will get to you. You're not the star today. No, we'll get to you. You're on my list. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Brock. Hi. And Vivian here is one of my purebred Nubians. I always look forward to seeing her babies. She makes the most beautiful big babies. Now, I have no idea how old Vivian is. I assume she's getting up there in age. And I'm not sure how many more years that I'm gonna be able to breed her, but she did fantastic this year. Started the season off great with a giant single buckling, and he is gorgeous. So his name is Figaro. We usually just call him Fig for short. And while he was a really large baby and her labor was a little bit difficult in the very beginning, luckily he was positioned very correctly, and once she got that head out, things moved really smoothly. But she is a seasoned pro, and I try to stay as hands-off as I can, and she definitely had it under control all on her own. It's born. Yeah, that's your baby. Got it. You got it. Vivian just came outside to eat about 20 minutes ago. And then I noticed she was the only goat in the barn. So I figured it was time. That is a big baby. That is a big baby. Good job, Mama. It only took you like 5 minutes. You're such a pro. Good Mama. It's a pretty baby. Let's see. It's a boy. Get up, Bev? He's already trying to stand up. Trying to nurse on your mama's face. Gotta wait till she stands up. Oh, good job, buddy. Almost got it. Yeah. Almost got it. She got big teats. Good thing you're a big boy. Oh, you're so close. Yeah, you're so close. Bumping into him. Figaro was born a big, strong baby. He got on his feet very quickly and figured out how to nurse within about 15 minutes of being born. So I didn't even have to isolate them. I just let him come out in the yard and start socializing with the older goats. And he had to wait a couple days before he had any playmates. But once they started coming, they came quickly. Now, in years past, we have owned a buck that just lives in our flock. So our breeding and kidding dates get spread out a lot more across the season. But as you may have seen, this last year, we ended up renting a buck from a friend of ours, a beautiful red dapple boar named Money. And we had him here for about 3 weeks. And during that short time, he got all 11 of my does that I wanted bred pregnant. So we knew once the babies started to arrive, they would all be here in a short period of time. And guys, the last month, I have not gotten a lot of sleep. Between all of these baby goats being born in a hurry and some of our very last lambs having to be raised on a bottle, watch for that video coming out soon, I have had to get up at least once in the middle of the night to attend to some animal needs for a month straight. It was only this past week that I finally transitioned my bottle babies to be able to go through the night without a feeding, and I've finally gotten a decent night's sleep. But man, it's been a whirlwind around here. But luckily we are through all of that, and now we just get to enjoy some sweet baby snuggles. A couple days later, Gwen here kidded, and she is our other purebred Nubian doe. And she was a little sneakier than Vivian. I wasn't even sure she was bred until late into her gestation when her udders started to get huge. Right, Mama? She got very big, and that is because she was carrying quads. That's right, 4 babies. And that was the first time for us. So the morning that she had her kids, I had a feeling that she was going to go that day, but I didn't know that it was so imminent, and I went out to run errands for about 2 hours. When I came back, she had given birth to all 4 already. When I first discovered them, I only saw 2 little bucklings, and they were very newly birthed. They were still pretty wet, and she was licking them. She was also pawing the ground incessantly, like kicking bedding everywhere. And in that bedding, I found what appeared to be a stillborn doeling, still in the sack, so not really sure if it was born dead or suffocated shortly after, but unfortunately I was too late for that one. So I actually moved her and the 2 babies to a cleaner area, and then I started hearing some whines and whimpering, and it sounded like it was coming from inside the walls from the area where she had given birth. So I went over there, and out of the bedding popped this little girl. Her name is Fortune. And that's because she very nearly died. She was buried under about 2 foot of bedding up against the wall. She was the tiniest of the 4, but luckily she was feisty. She was crying for help, and I dug her out and cleaned her off and brought her to Mom, and she started nursing. And she's been feisty ever since. Yeah, is that your mama? Is that your mama? Yeah. But she's this beautiful cream color. I think she's gonna turn out to look a lot like her big sister Cora, which would be awesome. So I was pretty much up that whole night because all of those babies had a little bit of trouble nursing. They were all a little bit small, probably because they were from a set of quads. Unfortunately, despite all our best efforts, we did end up losing one more of the bucklings that first day. But we were left with another buckling and Fortune here, and they've been doing amazing. They're healthy, happy little babies, and Mom's doing a great job. She's quite the helicopter mom. She keeps a really close eye on them. She's a sweet girl. I'm sorry, am I tickling your ear too much? Yeah, I'm sorry. Here's Flint. That's her little boy. He's a little shy. Oh, but he's really pretty, black with the Swiss face markings and frosted ears. Our next mama to give birth was our herd queen, Sabrina. And she had a single this year, which is very unusual for her. She's always had twins or triplets, but instead she decided to have this one big, beautiful girl. And we named her Frigga, after Thor's mom. That was Daryl's name choice this year. and she is definitely a keeper. You can see her really cool markings. She's got so many spots and the frosted ears. And Sabrina is like one of my top milk producers, so she is making way more than she needs for one baby, and that is a fat baby. So I have high hopes for her. She's definitely gonna be a keeper and hopefully join her mom in the milking barn in a couple years. Yeah, she's kind of a goofball. She likes to chew on you and jump on your back. She's been one of our more social babies for sure. And Sabrina is always an awesome mom. She really dotes on her babies. At first, she doesn't even like other baby goats playing with them. She's very protective. Are you the queen of the feed bunk? You gonna let your baby sleep in there? Yeah, good girl. Even though this was Sabrina's 4th freshening here on the farm, this was the first time I had actually caught her giving birth. She's been very sneaky in years past. I love you, Freaka. But I caught it all on film and it was crazy to watch. We joke that this goat has a lot of anger issues and that pretty much her answer to everything is just to headbutt her way through it. And that's pretty much how she gave birth. She did not wait for contractions. She just powered that baby out of her. It was the craziest thing to watch. I've never seen such determination and strength in a female goat. So Sabrina has been in labor all day and she's finally having this baby. And so far everything's looking lined up really well. Almost. Almost. Here he goes. Here he goes. Will you get the hay? Clean hay. All day. Had to have it at night, huh? Waiting for the dark? Because when you decided to have it, you just pushed that thing right out. Yeah. But I am even more impressed with Sabrina. She is just an awesome girl to have in my flock and definitely one of my favorites. She is a mini Nubian and she makes me want to have a whole flock full of mini Nubians. And that might be the direction we're gonna go in the future. Really based on Sabrina. That's how awesome she is. The very next day, we actually had 2 mamas give birth. One of them was our purebred boar, Crystal. This was her 3rd freshening. She has always had a single male, and she did not disappoint this year. She pretty much made another carbon copy of herself, an all-white single buckling, and she had it really quickly, needed absolutely no assistance during the birth or after. So that's exactly what you want from your mamas. White like mom. Always just been super chill, like nothing ever really bothers her. I love that about her. She's great, very easy to deal with. I don't milk her because she doesn't have the best udder, but I do get her on the stand every day for treats and I could totally milk her. I've milked her out in the field when she had too much milk and she just stood there. No training, just a good girl. Yeah, that's a happy baby. His name is Felix. He's starting to develop a little bit of color on his neck, a little bit of brown coming through. So he might not be pure white like Mama, but he's a handsome fella. And the second mama that gave birth that day was Hildy, also known as Waddles. She is one of my Oberhaslis. This was her second year as a mama. Last year she had one single big buckling, which she absolutely would not let out of her sight. And I ended up not milking her because I felt so bad about separating them. She would get so upset if he was not near her at all times. But she's a little calmer this year, and she actually had two big boys, and we named them Ford and Ferrari. Ford has a sleek black coat covered in white spots. He's really cool looking. And then Ferrari is like a reddish brown with some darker brown markings. Also very handsome. She started separating herself a little bit last night, and then this morning she ate like normal, but immediately came back to this room. And now she's doing a little bit of pawing and peeing, and we've got a little bit of mucus. So things are happening. This seems to be the preferred area to kid this year. We've got some separate rooms set up that we will move them into once they're done, but I like them just to have freedom to roam around, get hay, get water, do whatever they need to do until they actually give birth. It's only been about an hour and she had two. Good job, Mama. Really pretty. Did great, and we've been training on the milk stand. She has been a little more difficult than most of my does to train. She's pretty hard-headed, and after Sabrina, she would be next in line as herd boss. She definitely thinks that she can boss everybody else around, including me. So we're working on that, but I think she's gonna turn out to be a good milker as well. Right, Mama? You're very pretty. Yes. She has these really cool horns, and she knows how to use them against you. If you grab her collar from the back, look out. She will try to like pierce your hands with these things. Definitely need to work on some manners with Hildy here. But as far as a mama, she gets a A+. Right, girl? Thanks for joining me today, guys. I'm gonna end things there with our first round of babies, so this video doesn't get super long, and then we'll do the second half of the birth next week. So stay tuned for that. I've got so many more cute kids to show ya. If you'd like to check out the video where we had Money the buck here to breed all these ladies, you can check it out right here. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.